If you're not doing these things when you launch your book, it will flop. In this video, I will tell you the essential steps and in the right order that you must do them so that your book will succeed on Amazon KDP. And if you stay until the end of this video, I will provide you that checklist and the perfect tools and tips to ensure that your book launch will be successful and that your book sells. Hi, I know I've been gone for a few weeks. I'm just taking it easy. I'm enjoying the kids in the holidays. They're almost back in school, but I didn't want to leave you without a video. If you're new to my channel, my name is Gabrielle, and I love sharing tips on how to make money online passively so that you can have time to enjoy your family. I offer tips on how to succeed on Amazon KDP and also through digital products and Amazon Influencers program. Let's get started with what you have to do to have a successful book launch and so that your book gets sales. I've mentioned before some of the essential things that you need to do so that your book will succeed on Amazon KDP. As you know, you need to know first what is selling out there by checking other bestsellers. You have to do some keyword research. And once you've found a profitable keyword that you're interested in, then you choose your book's title and you develop your subtitle, which ideally will have also secondary keywords that you're aiming for. But the most important thing is that it has to express a powerful promise or a transformation that hits the pain points of your target audience. If you don't know who your target audience is, then you have a problem right there. You can ask Chat GPT to help you with that. All you have to do is ask GPT the following. You're a first-class book marketer. Help me determine who is the perfect reader for a book that's based on this keyword so that it solves powerful pain points and offers a transformation. Using AI the correct way is actually very easy once you know how to structure a prompt. First, you have to give it a role, tell it who it is and what it is an expert in. Second, you have to give it some context. Third, you give it a command. And fourth, you would tell it how you want the answer to be formatted. Once you have followed these steps, then you write your book. Many people make the mistake of jumping in, writing the book, and then doing all the other steps. And you don't want to write a book that nobody is looking for. It won't sell. After you've written your book, you have to check for plagiarism. Yes, even if you didn't use AI to write your book, you still have to check that you didn't accidentally commit plagiarism. I know it sounds ridiculous, but you have to check it. My favorite for checking for plagiarism is Plottybot. I'll place a link in the description if you want to check it out. I tested so many tools and they all had so many limitations. They'll only do a few words at a time, and a book usually has between 10,000 and 40,000 words, maybe even more. One of my books, the first one that I wrote that I had to check for plagiarism, had 60,000 words. So I suffered a lot looking for the correct tool to check for plagiarism. And I tried so many. I tried Grammarly, I tried a bunch, and I was not happy with the results. But when I found Plottybot, I finally was able to get the answers. It tells you exactly where you need to make some changes if there's any risk for plagiarism. So I highly recommend it. And by the way, when you check for plagiarism, you don't submit the whole book. You have to do it in parts for best results. And I believe Plottybot lets you check up to 20,000 words in one go, but so far it's the best one. And you can only check for plagiarism if you have a paid plan, by the way. But it's not a lot and it's absolutely worth it. Remember, if KDP flags you for plagiarism, your account could get banned and you cannot get another one. Once you've checked for plagiarism, the next step is to have a stunning cover. If you're not a graphic designer like me, don't worry, you can use Canva for free. And just make sure to use images that are completely free to use. For For that, I recommend using Adobe Stock, or you can generate your images with AI. You can use Midjourney, which I know does give you the rights to those images, but always check the terms of the AI that you are using to ensure you have the rights to use those images. But for best results, I recommend using 100 Covers. I have placed the link in the description. They will make a professional cover for your book. And remember, the cover is everything. They might say, don't judge a book by its cover, but everyone does it. So you need a stunning cover for your book. And with 100 Covers, it only costs $100. And when your book sells, you will get back that investment and then some. Once you've done all this and you publish your book, of course, inserting the 7 backend keywords and everything, then you're ready for your book launch. By the way, I highly recommend that you check the 7 backend keywords tool by Self-Publishing Titans. I'll place a link in the description. I love it because it gives you the keywords that are perfect for your book so that it shows up organically in the Amazon search. They also have a book description generator so that you don't have to break your brain thinking about what should I put in the book description for Amazon KDP. And I believe they also have a cover generator. So check them out in the link in the description. And so far, they are also my favorite keyword research tool. It is super easy to use and it offers a one-time payment so that you don't have to worry about subscriptions. Although you can also use their subscription if it's more affordable that way for you. I made a video about how to do keyword research. Check it out here. When you publish your book, you can publish it right away, or you can set up a determined date when it will become live. I prefer to just publish it right away because Amazon takes a few days before they approve your book. And in those days is when you prepare for your book launch. And this is by knowing the next steps that must be done also in this order, preferably, for a successful book launch. The first thing is that you need to enroll to KDP Select. I know some people don't recommend enrolling to KDP, but honestly, I do, at least for the first launch of your book. If you want to unenroll later, you can. The only reason I would find to unenroll is if you're publishing your book elsewhere, like if you're putting it on Barnes & Noble or Ingram Spark or whatever. If you're enrolled on KDP Select so that your book shows on Kindle Unlimited and you publish your book also on Ingram Spark, you're going to be in trouble because Amazon does not like that and your account could get banned. So be careful with that. Next, you should run a price promotion. And they offer 2 kinds of price promotions. One is a Kindle countdown deal, and the other one is a free book promotion. When you're doing a launch, I recommend the free book promotion, which is when you put your book for free for a certain amount of days. I believe you can only run this promotion every 90 days. So you have to be very intentional of when you run this promotion. And the purpose of this promotion is to give your book out for free so that you can get reviews. And if you've remembered to place a QR code with a link to your book asking for reviews inside your book, then you're doing amazing. You need to put a QR code at the beginning of your book. Sometimes people say that put it in the middle. I honestly don't like to do that. And then you can put it also at the end of the book. And you cannot run a Kindle countdown deal and a free book promotion at the same time. You have to choose one or the other. And you're not going to sit waiting for reviews. I mean, they can come organically from the people that are downloading your book, but to really get the 10 reviews that you need so that Amazon with the new algorithm actually pushes your book and increases its ranking, because Amazon makes your book more visible when it is getting sales, what you really need to get that little push is to get reviews on Gemsy. I keep talking about Gemsy because it is an amazing tool. There are many other tools out there that offer book reviews, but my favorite by far is Gemsy because it allows you to get verified Amazon reviews, and that can be through print copies also, which most platforms for reviews do not offer. It also allows you to get reviews on Goodreads, and it gets you book reviews really fast. All you have to do is submit your book to Gemsy. Once they approve it, you can review other books to gain gems and use those gems to get reviews for yourself. And the whole process is super fast. You get to choose the book you want to review, which is awesome. You don't have to wait in line to be assigned a book. And the gems are usually delivered right away. So you can review a book and get reviews at the same time. Just don't forget to submit your review of the other book you chose. Otherwise, you're going to end up with negative gems. I have placed the link in the description to Gemsy if you want to check it out. And there's a discount coupon too, in which you get a 30% lifetime discount. That means not only do you get a 30% discount when you sign up, but also an ongoing 30% off the next months, as long as you're still subscribed. And if you choose a yearly plan, you get 30% off for the following years too. I've made many videos talking about Gemsy and their updates. I recommend you check them out in my Amazon KDP playlist. While you're waiting for reviews, you create the A+ content. The A+ content is the information that is displayed underneath the description in Amazon. And it is very important because it helps you look more professional. It's very visual, so people will feel more convinced of buying your book. You can put like pictures of the inside of your book, add more sales copy, which means the text where you explain more about your book. And remember, try to always focus on the problem that you're solving for your audience. Don't say, it contains these chapters. No. You have to focus on the transformation, on the pain points that you're solving, on why this book is perfect for them. Amazon doesn't let you add the A+ content before publishing. It's usually after publishing. It takes a few days before you're allowed to add A+ content. Another step that you can take is to create your author page. You can create it on this screen. There, you can choose a link to that author page. So people that see your book can follow you, and then when you publish new books, they will see them there. So that also benefits your sales. I also recommend creating a book page, the little website or landing page for your book. And the complexity of this depends on you, on what you want to do. You can create just a very simple landing page, and there you will collect emails of people that visit that site. The purpose of that email list is that you can email them and send them promotions to your book, give them valuable information about the topic. Email marketing is one of the most powerful tools to gain sales. If somebody visited your site and felt compelled to sign up for that email list, through the nurturing emails that you send them, you will convince them to buy and even turn them into raving fans. You could also create a blog and post about the topic of this book, and that is really, really powerful to get organic traffic when people find you on Google. Remember that you're solving a problem, so when you touch on that pain point and talk about it on your blog, they will learn to like you, trust you, and finally purchase your book. What I recommend so that you launch quickly and easily is to build your free book page on Systeme. The interface is very simple. It is drag and drop. But what I like the most about it is that it allows you to do email marketing and build lists without having to pay anything. If you want to check it out and see some tutorials, really quick few-minute tutorials, I'll place a link in the description. I am building my blog there, and it is my preferred choice in this case, especially because of the email marketing feature. Usually to get all these features, your website, the email marketing, and the funnels, you have to have several platforms and pay for each one. Systeme is free forever unless you want to scale your business. I do have a paid plan, which is only $17 a month. It's super affordable and it fits my needs. I highly recommend that you build your book page on Systeme, and it will help you also build your email list by collecting the emails of those that visit your page That way, once you have an email list, you can email them about your book, offer information about the topic that they like or that they're interested in, which is related to your book. If you want, you can also create a blog there. And if you end up creating a brand around that topic because your book becomes successful, then you can offer several books on your site. Just remember that if you are enrolled on KDP Select, you cannot sell your book on your website directly. You can put the link to your book for Amazon. If at some point you want to offer your book and sell it on your site, you would have to find out how to print it and ship it, unless you just offer it as an ebook. But remember to unenroll from KDP Select to avoid problems. That doesn't mean you can't sell your book on Amazon. It will still sell on Amazon. You just won't have your book for free on Kindle Unlimited. And I almost forgot, another way to get your author page online really fast, if you don't want to do Systeme, would be through Hostinger. Hostinger is the best hosting tool and website builder that I found today. I am just impressed. By the way, it builds a full website in just a few clicks. It literally takes seconds for it to build your website. It does it, if not in seconds, in minutes. And it is very easy to personalize it. You build your site and then you just drag and drop things or move things around, change the text. You could personalize it in a flash and have a website up and running in under half an hour. And I have a special promotion for you. If you use the link in the description, you get 2 months for free. I am building another one of my websites there because it fits what I want to do with it. For that website, I'm not so interested in email marketing, so I'm using Hostinger for that. However, you can still use Systeme and Hostinger at the same time. You can build your website on Hostinger and promote your book or whatever you want to promote through email marketing using Systeme. I do that too for some of my clients' websites. So if you're pressed for time and really want to do your book page, I highly recommend that you use Hostinger. And it is very, very affordable. You don't need to be tech savvy or anything. Systeme is also very easy to use and you don't need to be tech savvy, but you have to build it yourself. They do have some templates though that get you up and running really fast. But if you want something built with AI, you can use Hostinger. And the final step for your book launch is that once you get 10 reviews for your book, and only then will you do this step, you can run Amazon ads. And it is very easy to run Amazon ads. I am preparing a video showing you how to do it on a very, very small budget. You can have plenty of sales for your book for just 25 cents per click. If you haven't subscribed yet, I suggest you subscribe so that you can see that video when it launches. There are, of course, many other ways to promote your book, but these are the essential steps. Other things that you could do is you can advertise your book on TikTok. You can create a Facebook group talking about the topic and recommend your book there. That has resulted to be very successful in my case with one of my books. Every single time I mention my book on Facebook, I get sales. So I really, really recommend that you do that, especially during launch time. And it's a free way to get your book out there. Just don't make the group about your book. Make it about the topic of the book. For example, if you made a book about narcissism, then talk about narcissism in that group. And occasionally just share a post of, oh, by the way, this book is super awesome regarding solving this problem. And then people will buy. And I mentioned the QR code that you place inside your book to get reviews. That QR code could be directly to the link of your book on Amazon, or which would be even better, is sending them to the website, to the landing page where you provide information about your book. Is there any other book marketing strategies that you've heard of that I didn't mention in this video? Please let me know in the comments, and I am very happy to talk about them. And if you have any questions, comment below too. Don't forget to check out the links in the description. And if you want to learn more about Amazon KDP, check out my playlist next.